Get over here, asshole. Oh my god. Come here. Come on. What's up, guys? We got a lot planned today. Something that happened last night is I was installing the lower piping for the intercooler, and I ran into some issues, so I was freaking out a little bit. I'll show you guys what was happening. We had a clearance issue, and I was cursing a lot because this car has an updated radiator, which is a little bit thicker than the OEM, which means the precious real estate that we had in here to squeeze these pipes got reduced to almost nothing, and we got left with literally millimeters of clearance. I feel like not even a quarter inch right there. There is an option to trim a little bit of the plastic that's making contact there, part of the fan structure. It wouldn't really mess with the integrity of the fan, and it would give us the necessary space that we need. But luckily we were able to figure it out. I mean, by we I mean I. So luckily I was able to figure it out without having to do that, and we kept everything intact. Everything is pretty damn tight here. So right now, the plan for today is we're gonna install the intake pipe. We're going to extend the mass airflow sensor, and we're gonna take off the X pipe on the bottom of the car and drill out a hole in it for the wideband sensor, and we're gonna take it to my stepdad so he can help me. He's gonna weld the bung for the O2 sensor that's gonna go down there, and then maybe get into some wiring. We'll see how far we get along, but today should be a pretty productive day. All right, before we start fitting this guy in here, I need to, even if it's temporarily, I need to have this in here so that I can see where the other elbow goes to place which way I want to face the mass airflow sensor and the intake pipe. And to do that, there's a couple of things we're going to have to get rid of here. And that is these mounts. So definitely this one is in the way. And before we take it off, might as well remove this clip out of here. There we go. We're gonna have to start mapping out how to extend the mass airflow sensor and how much exactly we're gonna need. There's one. Oh my god. Alright, fuck that for now. Let's take this off. Get this out of here. I don't know if this is in the way. It's just a bolt sticking out of the housing. There we go. Let me see if see if that's enough clearance. Okay, I got it in, and I have a way to get my clamp on there, and that is just taking it apart. At least in theory, that's how it should work, if I have enough space in here. So let's see. Ho ho. Yes, sir. Okay, I'm just gonna lightly put this on. I did want to show you guys that that bolt that comes out of the valve cover. Man, I don't know why I forgot, but I think this happened on mine too. So that's sticking out, and I was worried that it was going to hit the pipe, but it wouldn't anyway because this sensor is higher than that bolt is. So it doesn't matter, it's just going to rest on there. So it's loosely on here, and I'll probably face this like that when it's all said and done. But for now, I am going to get this on here, and man, I don't know how I'll tighten this. Maybe like this. Should I move this guy? I hate that these aren't all facing the same way, but it is what it is, right? Yeah, let's get this guy in here and see. So it'll sit like this. There's enough space on there. Man, that's perfect. Okay, as far as this goes, okay, so I did have to trim a little extra right here, just so it was kind of sharp, and I felt like it was gonna gouge anything that touched it. So now it's nice and smooth. This S pipe here, I'm gonna loosen up the top where it hooks up to the inlet, or the outlet, I mean. And what I want to do is I want to pivot it that way. I want this gap to go away right here. I want it to be as close as possible. That'll give me enough space here for that big 4-inch pipe. So I am going to loosen up this guy, and up top I'm going to twist it, and then we should be good. Alright, I think this bottom one is... it's not a 12. What is it? A 10? No. That's weird. It's an 11. But a 12 will do, at least to loosen it. I'm gonna be so glad when I finally get this reservoir figured out. Just to get it out of the way and clean up the hoses. Okay. Let's see if that's enough to make the pivot. Nope. Yeah, it's definitely pretty tight still. It may have moved just a hair. Let's try it. No, not really. I think I may have gotten the clearance that I need. We're about to find out. See, here's that little section I shaved. And it looks like once we get past the coupler, there is enough room to like shove it up some more. Let's see what's touching up top. Okay, the coupler's touching the light in that corner, but that's gonna be pushed away once this couples in. So I don't know, we might be okay. Man, I'm over here struggling, and all I have to do is loosen this coupler so I can turn it whichever way I want. But I'm being stubborn. Okay, that's good now. There we go. There we go. That is, wow. Shut the fuck up. That's it. Alright, so these I'll have to basically tie strap here so that they're not in the way. This has to face, oop, it came out. Okay, that's a problem. Okay, maybe I need a little more length here. So I'm gonna have to finalize this downwards so that I can shove that down. So it's starting to make a little more sense. But that cutting was necessary. So when you guys cut in here, make as much room as you possibly can for yourself. I'll show you. I cut this little line right here on the side, and that helped a lot. So the filter does have to face this way, otherwise it won't fit. If you run it this way, it's just going to run into this hose. After we get it in there, the mass airflow sensor, I can see why it was on the bottom, because you can get to it. Well, I don't know, I think it might be fine there, I guess, or we can put it on. Okay, so I need to wedge this guy as much as I can in there so that I can get this exactly flush. And fuck, okay. Okay. For now, that's okay. This is helping a lot with this crap. Okay, it's flush all the way around, and as far as this goes, we want it to be kind of like, I guess I'll just leave it loose for now. But this guy here can be tightened up. Give it a couple turns out. Okay, so this is in. This is clearing pretty good right here. thought this had to basically be laying on there. I think this has to be as flat as possible. So, fuck me. Okay. Loosen it back up. Okay, so now I'm going flat and down. Okay. Alright, now we're happy. Alright guys, I figured out how to get this nice and tight here on both sides of the coupling, and it got enough length on this down piece, and cutting off that little edge there did end up making all the difference. So now I have plenty of pipe here. The sensor is on the left side like it's supposed to be instead of on the bottom. Let's see what else. If you put it on the bottom, you're not going to be able to get to it because the pipe's in the way. But if you have it on the side and you ever need to service it, you can take this cover off and get to it. Also the filter, you have to point this screw down so you can also get to it when you need to replace it by removing this, just sticking your hand up there and getting it. So that's what we're doing right now. I'm gonna throw a little bit of touch up on this scratch right here. Even though you can't see it, I don't want to know that it's there, so do that real quick, let it dry, and then we'll put the filter on. Sweet. Fucking get in there, bitch. Okay, I need to loosen this up a little bit. There we go. Oh, I know why it wasn't going all the way in. It's because it was already all the way in. Okay, I think we're good. Yes, sir. Ooh, that's nice and tight. Nice and tight. Nothing's really rubbing, and it looks pretty sexy if I say so myself. Look at that. Oh, I love that. Old school cold air intake vibes. Guys, I'm starving, so I'm gonna head inside and grab something to eat. But next on the list is definitely getting rid of this stupid mess right here. Clean this up. You know what's nice about having the reservoir here is I can do, oh, that's a spare part. I can prime it all from right here. So put air in here, loosen this up, wait until it leaks a little bit, fill it up, tighten it. Alrighty guys, I am going to put the wideband sensor right here, right next to this guy. So I'm gonna unbolt these, the whole H pipe actually, and I gotta take off the O2 sensors. So to get these off, the easy way is to turn these clockwise as much as I can, because when I turn this counterclockwise, it'll give me the slack I need on this. It's fucking pain in the ass, but anybody that's taking these off knows what I'm talking about. So spin the wire clockwise until you can't possibly go anymore, and then do the sensor counterclockwise. Fuck. Stupid. Fucking X pipe. For fuck's sake. Just come out already, you stupid bitch. I'm gonna make Duke put this back on. Fucking asshole. Oh, fuck. Alright, so we have our little bung here, and we're gonna install it right here. I'm at my stepdad's house. He's gonna weld it for me. We're just trying to find a hole saw that's not gonna blow that hole out too much. So once we find it, we'll drill it, and then we'll show you guys the welding process. Not that big. Okay, I'm gonna install the exhaust later because one of the gaskets is fucked and we have to replace it. So, let's start trimming some shit. Make this look nice and clean. Normally, what I like to do is just start with the bare minimum. You can always trim more if you need to, but you can never add any material if you take too much. So I'm just gonna start here. Ah, you stupid bitch. Come on. Ah. This isn't really working for me. Alright, plan B. Let's grab the Sawzall. Alright, that's just a starting point. I don't need this flap anymore. I just want to get to a point where I can hook this bottom piece in. And just so you guys know, this cutout here is for the oil cooler behind. Almost, but not quite. I would have to measure the distance between here and that one to compare, assuming that it's the same. But look at that. It's beautiful. Boom. I think we have a winner. So I'm gonna get a knife and I'm gonna clean this up. Guys, there's a really stupid thing I wanna do. And I'm gonna try it. But I only have 3 blades to do it. So, oh man, I hope they're long enough. This is the plan. Alright, hear me out. So, maybe it'll work, maybe not. Shit. So the radiator sticks out this much, right? And from contact here, I would need this much clearance. Fuck me. It's just a little bit over. Straighten it out. So it would basically go there like this. So I would need that cut. And then I would need actually this bottom piece here. Wow. Here. So right here actually. Boom. Like that. I'm about to make a lot of fucking noise. I'm not sure if I'm flush all the way yet. I think I am. Probably still gonna put some spacers on. Yeah, I see. So it's hitting the intercooler pipe right here. So I can do a couple things. I can actually cut a little bit of an angle here, and then this side, this side. Yeah, I think I'd rather just do just a couple spacers, just to have it like right here, because that way it's not touching the intercooler at all. But yeah, I told you guys I had a stupid idea. Now the only thing will be modifying this. Okay, I lied. I trimmed that corner and now it fits perfect. Alright guys, I'm gonna clean up this mess. It's dinner time, so I'm gonna clean up, call it a day, and then tomorrow we are still, I'm gonna get a couple spacers, nothing crazy. I don't think I have any in my hardware box, so bringing out just a hair. We're gonna cut some vent holes on there, and after we do that, we're gonna trim that, slap it together. And the nice thing, the reason I wanted this on here is because once this is on here, I can clip this here actually, and it'll stay. So I don't have to worry about a way to support this. So that's nice. And then everything's just structurally better with this brace in place. I don't like it cut off in half. That's fucking ugly. I like what we did here. So I still haven't trimmed this bottom section. I'll do that tomorrow, and then we'll start routing some lines. I gotta figure out if I can salvage that gasket and maybe just use some high temp silicone, or if I can get a new one, I will. But honestly, I normally just slap some high temp silicone on those anyway, even if they're brand new, just because they always leak regardless. But we're looking pretty good. So what I want to do is I want to get this to a point where we can start it and verify that there's no boost leaks, spray a little soap water everywhere, and then when we do that, make sure there's no oil leaking, prime the system, and then I can actually lower it down. And I want to do the wiring away from this wall so I can have some room, open the door all the way. We'll mount our gauge, do all that good stuff. But before we can do that, I have to hook up the wideband sensor and run it up so that that's out of the way. And the good thing is that we have our bung for the wideband sensor, so that's good to go. It's just a matter of bolting this back up and putting the stupid O2 sensors back in. All right, peace.